Regardless of how happy I look on the internet, you best believe these kids are still stressing me out. Now, I hopefully will be sharing some helpful tips with y'all in this video, but the overarching message that I really want to get across is that your version of motherhood is not going to be identical to what you see on Instagram. The perfect TikTok moms are not real. I'm friends with what we would consider to be a TikTok mom, someone who seemingly looks well put together, seems to be the perfect Susie homemaker on the internet. She does all the crafts, the back to school, this and that. Sis looks like she's living her best life as the best, happiest mother in the world. And when I tell you, she often breaks down to me how stressed out she is, how overwhelmed she is, how hard it is for her to keep up and maintain this perfect look that she has put together. And so even those of us who find ourselves feeling stressed out, who find ourselves in the throes of postpartum or just motherhood in general, it's important for us to remember that nobody has a manual and there is no perfect way to parent. So let's get that out of the way. The next thing that I want to stress to you all, and these are things that I personally still stress to myself, especially since I am currently postpartum, is that you have to stop the blame game. Whether you find yourself blaming yourself or blaming others for the stress that you are feeling, I want you to take a deep breath and realize that stress is normal, especially when we're talking about postpartum, your fourth trimester. This is new. Even if you are not a new mother, you have just brought forth a new life. Every new child requires a new version of yourself, and each new child can bring a new experience with it. And so it's important that you stop blaming yourself for not being able to keep up, not being able to put on, not being able to post, not being able to do whatever expectation you have set out for yourself, and it's probably an unrealistic expectation anyway. Stop feeling like because you are not bouncing back or snatching back as quickly as so and so on the internet that you have to blame yourself. Stop feeling like you have to be superhuman or a superhero. If you are stressing yourself out about the things that you are not able to do, I promise you, whatever work you have left over is going to be there when you get back. And if there is no one who can help you in this moment, it ain't meant to be. It is definitely not meant to be stressed over. But blaming yourself or blaming your partner can absolutely put you in an even worse mindset than you were before with just your baby stressing you out. So I don't think people talk about this enough, especially when it comes to marriages and babies. I really believe that becoming parents can like ruin the perfect relationship because there's just so many things that come up on a day-to-day basis, all throughout the day, every day while we are raising these kids. There's so many things we have to do, so many things we have to think about, so many decisions that must be made. So it's easy for you as the adult to start taking out your frustrations on your co-parent, your husband, your spouse, whoever, because you're really stressed out. You're really frustrated with life or frustrated with this season or frustrated with this situation, but you're not really frustrated with your spouse or your co-parent or your person or your partner. So it's important that you stop the blame game, whether you're blaming yourself or blaming someone else, and just recognize that this is the season that you're in. You might as well sit in it. Okay. You might as well sit in it, feel it, and figure out how to move forward. So we're going to stop with the blame game and we are going to start getting strategic. Start prioritizing the little pockets of time that you can find. What I realized in this season of postpartum and the two previous times that I've experienced postpartum is what really was frustrating me, what was really making me upset and like making me moody was I felt like a hostage. I felt like I was being held hostage in my home. I could not leave when I wanted to. I could not take a shower when my freedom was gone. And that feeling is so frustrating, especially for an independent woman who is used to doing what she wants to do and calling the shots. You have to start being strategic with those little pockets of free time and freedom that you can find for yourself. Even if it's 5 minutes of freedom to sit in your car and listen to your favorite song, to sit in the shower and have a good cry, to sit in the park. I told you I used to drive around with a blanket in my car, and if I found myself feeling stressed out, I would literally pull up to Piedmont Park and just take a moment to people watch and get my thoughts together and hear myself think. Even if it is 5 minutes that you can find for yourself to sit and meditate, it's important that you prioritize your free time. Time that is not filled with doing anything for anyone other than you. That's your free time. The time that you are free to do what you choose to do, what fulfills you, what makes you happy. So we're going to stop the blame game. We're going to start being strategic, because the lack of free time, the lack of being able to hear yourself think, the lack of quiet, the lack of solitude can cause you to stress yourself out. When you are overwhelmed by the feelings of motherhood, when you're overwhelmed by the physical feelings of people touching you, we hear a lot of times about moms being all touched out, especially nursing mamas who literally have someone attached to their body for hours of every single day. So when you are feeling that, those feelings that we a lot of times try to avoid, those feelings have to go somewhere. So that stress that you are feeling, that energy that the stress is bringing into your body, it must be released. You have to have an outlet. That's why exercising, is such a good outlet for so many people. The people who run, I always envy people who I see running, doing those marathons, those 5Ks, all of the things, because that's just not my ministry. But those things are stress relievers for so many people, because it gives you yourself time to distract yourself from all of the overwhelming thoughts. Life be life, and for all of us. And if you are so fixated on what's going wrong, so fixated on what you got to get right, so fixated on what is not done, so fixated on what other people think about you, so fixated on the expectation that you have for yourself that you have not yet met, then you are literally going to stress yourself out. And if you do not find a safe space or an outlet for that stress, you are going to internalize it. And this is what I need for you to know. 80% of all illnesses are stress related. And if you did not know, Black women are being diagnosed with these autoimmune illnesses at an extremely rapid rate. We are being impacted and affected by these diseases and illnesses and getting these diagnoses on a daily basis. And the majority of them are stress related. We're often labeled as like aggressive and angry, but it's usually because we have not yet found a safe space or an outlet for our stress. We were raised to be strong Black women. We feel like we got to be superhuman and figure it all out and do it all and do it happy and do it without asking for help. And that stress of not being able to ask for help, not being able to cry to anybody, not wanting to appear weak, not wanting to look like we don't have it all together, not wanting people to know that we're not perfect, that stress caused by the secrecy of you feeling like you got to keep it a secret that you don't have it all together is literally making you sick. Okay, it's literally making you sick. So when you find yourself feeling stressed out, figure out a way to filter through those emotions. Even if that filter is, I got to stand in the corner and curse and scream and let it out. A good cry sometimes, a good yelling match, just like shouting it out, can help you so much. I mean, you can go on Groupon right now and find a break room in your city where you can go and get hammers and tools and sledgehammers and all of the things and just break glass. Right. And it's a stress reliever, because so often we don't allow ourselves to get angry because we don't want to appear as the angry Black woman. We don't want to be labeled as aggressive. We don't want people to know that we don't have it all together. And so it's important that you find a way to relieve your stress. Allow this video to be the sign that you have been waiting for to find a stress reliever, some type of safe outlet for you to release that stress so that it's not literally eating you alive. If you don't let it out, It's going to stay in. You're going to internalize it, and then it's going to develop and manifest into something that you do not want. So we are coming together to agree, let's touch and agree, that we are not letting anybody, not even these babies, stress us out to the point that we are sick. It's not worth it. Trying to keep up appearances is not worth it. Wanting to pretend that you are a strong Black woman and you don't need nobody, you don't need no help, you got it all together, it's not worth it. We have to look for support. We have to find a safe space to release and to be an outlet. Last thing that I need for you to know is that baby steps are still ordered steps. So for my entrepreneur mamas out there, for my boss babe mamas out there, for my independent women mamas out there that are used to crushing those goals, manifesting those dreams, and making it happen at your own pace, it's okay to hit the pause button sometimes. It's okay to take a step back, to sit on the sidelines, recalibrate, get yourself a strategy, get yourself a new structure, rebrand yourself after baby, and then get back in the game. Even if you are taking baby steps, they are still ordered steps as long as you are in alignment with your divine assignment. But if your mind is cluttered, if your life is filled with chaos because you are not allowing yourself to sit still and hear from God so that you can get clarity, then you're going to find yourself stressed out. You're going to find yourself frustrated, and you're going to feel like you're not accomplishing anything. Now, if you have been tuned in, locked in, and subscribed, then you know that I am doing a daily live challenge for myself here on YouTube, where I am getting back in the game. Third time postpartum mama. I done had 3 kids in 5 years, and I'm finally feeling like I am myself. Not that I'm getting back to that old version of myself, because sis is gone, but I'm starting to feel like myself again, like a new version of myself that I can be happy about and proud of. And so I have laid out some personal goals for myself, small things that I'm doing on a daily basis, consistently on a daily basis. And I want to take you along on the journey with me. God has put it in my spirit that I need to corral these mamas, okay, and take us into a new version of motherhood, redefining what motherhood looks like for us. And so I'm starting with just small daily goals, and I want to encourage you to do the same. Now, I created this free, well, I created it for myself. It's free for y'all. I made it free for y'all, but I created this calendar on Canva to track my goals for the month of December. And I decided to give it away to you all because I thought it was a pretty simple way to make sure that you are staying on track and on task. So I'm going to link that down below. If you would like a copy of it, you can print it out, or you can edit it on Canva. There's a template also if you want to customize it and make it your own. But definitely make sure that you are staying ahead of your thoughts. Make sure that you are getting out of your own head. Make sure that you are being proactive and finding people who can be your safe space, or getting a diary if you got to be your own safe space in this season. If this was helpful, share it with a friend. If you are interested in conversations on mindset, motherhood, and more, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thank you for sticking around to the end. Grab that freebie. And if you are a stressed out mama in the US, because I know these videos reach mamas all around the world, but if you are here in the US, please tap the link below and enter to win a one-night staycation in your city. My nonprofit For the Culture Foundation is giving away a free staycation to a stressed out mama, and that lucky mama could be you. All you got to do is apply, enter to win down below. No strings attached. The hotel stay is covered. Your dinner is sponsored. All you got to do is enter to win. Thank you so much for tuning in, for hitting subscribe, for sharing this video, and I will see you tomorrow.